In this video, we will unveil 10 fun facts that you surely didn't know about the Peterbilt 379. If you think you know everything about this iconic American truck, you're in for a big surprise. Did you know that part of its design is terrible for aerodynamics? Is Optimus Prime's truck really an original Peterbilt 379? Why does its dashboard look like that of an airplane? Stick around. These are just some of the secret fun facts you'll learn about this legend. Let's get started. Curiosity number 1. Did you know that the iconic truck that transforms into Optimus Prime in the first 2007 movie is not actually a pure Peterbilt 379? Yes, we all assume that the leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime, is the legendary Peterbilt 379. But here's the little-known curiosity that very few fans are aware of. The truck you see on screen is actually a clever hybrid. The production team took the base of the 379, but to give it a more heroic, modern, and big screen-ready appearance, they modified it with parts from its direct successor, the Peterbilt 389. The key lies in the front grille and the headlight design. If you compare the movie truck with an original 379, you'll notice that Optimus's grille and headlights are more angular and updated, distinctive features of the 389. This way, they achieved a perfect blend between the nostalgia of the classic long-nose design and a touch of modern aerodynamics. It's the secret that proves that, even in Hollywood, the 379 is so legendary that it needed a little help from its newer brother to truly impress. Curiosity number 2. What version of the 379 became the holy grail for truck collectors, and why is it virtually unknown? If you're a true fan of the 379, you need to know about the Peterbilt 379X, a very short-run edition that became a collector's item. This model wasn't just a simple customized version. Peterbilt released it with distinguishing standard features. We're talking about unique chrome accents that weren't found on the standard model and a specific luxurious interior designed for the most demanding owner-operators. What truly elevated its status were its mechanical specifications. Many Peterbilt 379X trucks came factory-equipped with Cummins iWE SX engines configured to deliver higher than usual horsepower, a highly sought-after feature for heavy hauling. Although it is one of the most exclusive and coveted versions among purist truckers, its brief production window has made it the forgotten edition for the general public, only recognized and valued by the innermost circle of collectors. Curiosity number 3. Why does the Peterbilt 379's dashboard look more like a 1970s airplane cockpit than a truck? When you step inside a Peterbilt 379 truck, the first thing that strikes you is its dashboard, a true symphony of round gauges and meters. There is a much larger number of dials than in any modern truck, and certainly more than in any car. While many think this is a simple retro design whim, it's actually not just for aesthetics. It's due to a technical demand from old-school truckers. These pro drivers wanted direct analog control over absolutely every critical system in the truck, from engine oil pressure and turbo temperature to brake air levels and the pressure of each differential. This total visibility wasn't just about knowing if something failed, but about practicing predictive maintenance. An experienced trucker could read a slight pressure drop on a gauge before a digital system would even trigger an alarm, allowing them to fix problems before they became catastrophic. It's truly an engineer's panel behind the wheel. Curiosity number 4. Did you know that the iconic Peterbilt 379 design is deliberately poor when it comes to fuel efficiency? It's a unique case of conscious sacrifice. The Peterbilt 379 is synonymous with a long, square, and completely flat hood. An impressive design, yes, but in engineering terms, it's simply awful for aerodynamics. Lacking modern curves or slopes like cab-over, flat-nosed trucks, the 379 is essentially a brick constantly slamming against the wind. This generates brutal drag. In an era where fuel efficiency is the rule, the existence of the 379 defies all modern logic. its poor aerodynamic design translates into a significantly higher diesel consumption than any current truck. However, this is a conscious sacrifice that the traditional driver and Peterbilt were willing to make. For them, the imposing aesthetic and the extra engine space were worth every additional gallon, solidifying the 379 as an icon where style and presence outweigh efficiency. Curiosity number 5. If you've heard a 379, you surely recognize its sound. But did you know that its iconic engine, brake roar, is a sonic signature that Peterbilt eventually had to silence? One of the most loved and hated features of the Peterbilt. 379 is the unmistakable roar of its engine brake, or J-brake. Older models that featured classic Detroit diesel or Cummins engines were designed with a system that produced a dry, powerful sound when activated, announcing its presence miles away. For many, this sound is not noise but the true soundtrack of the highway. However, as noise regulations became stricter across the United States, Peterbilt had to adapt. The later 379 models were equipped with more modern and sophisticated engines and braking systems designed to be much quieter. This meant that the iconic thundering engine brake roar was lost, making it a feature almost exclusive to the old school models and highly prized by sound purists. Curiosity number 6. What if I told you that the Peterbilt 379 has been used as the base for racing trucks even though its design is terrible for speed? The square design and long hood of the 379 are built for highway majesty, not for racetrack aerodynamics. However, its legendary status and the robustness of its chassis have made it the perfect target for eccentricity. Some teams in the high horsepower truck racing series in the United States and Canada have chosen the 379 as the basis for their competition vehicles. Although its design is far from the most suitable for achieving high speeds on an oval, the popularity of the 379 and the passion it generates have made it irresistible. These chassis undergo extreme modifications, supercharged engines, lowered suspension, and roll cages, transforming the elegant workhorse into a racing beast. This adoption in the world of competition is a testament that, for many, the 379 is the only truck worthy of representing their passion, even if it goes against all engineering logic. Curiosity number 7. Why is the Peterbilt 379 considered the last great old-school truck? The answer lies in the way it was assembled, almost piece by piece. If you look closely at the cab of a Peterbilt 379, especially at the joints, you'll notice something that has disappeared in modern production: the extensive use of rivets. Unlike current trucks, which rely on automated robotic welding, the 379 cabs were largely assembled with rivets and techniques that required a great deal of specialized artisanal labor. This technique not only ensured an exceptionally robust and durable structure, but also contributed to its legendary status. This construction method is a hallmark of Peterbilt's hand-built quality. For this reason, the 379 is considered by many to be the last great old-school truck, a tribute to an era where the durability of the metal and the expert work of the assembler took precedence over the speed of the production line. Curiosity number 8. In trucks, a high roof usually means more luxury, right? Well, in the Peterbilt 379, the flat-top model was the most sought after for shows. Why did owners reject the height? Was less height more luxury? Typically, a luxury truck is synonymous with high cabs, like the 379's Ultra Cab version, which offer more interior space. However, in the world of custom builds and show trucks, the model known as the flat top was the one that truly dominated the scene. This is due to a purely aesthetic and customization reason. The low, clean design of the flat top offered an unparalleled surface for the art of chicken lights. The flat roof allowed customizers to install perfect, stylized rows of lights along the truck's profile, creating an unmistakable and visually more stunning silhouette at night. It was a sacrifice of interior space for a much cooler and more symmetrical exterior line, turning the low roof into the true status symbol at truck shows. Curiosity number 9. Did you know that the Peterbilt 379 was exported to face the Australian Outback with the steering wheel on the opposite side and twice the power? The 379 legend crossed the ocean to face one of the most extreme transport challenges, the vast Australian Outback. The truck was so in demand that Peterbilt had to produce and sell models with a right-hand drive RHD configuration specific to Australia. But the change in driving position wasn't the only adjustment they had to make. In Australia, the 379 was routinely used to pull the colossal road trains, which are multiple trailers hitched together. To be able to move these massive loads across the desert plains, brutal power was required. Therefore, many of the 379s sold in Australia came factory-equipped with engines configured to deliver even higher horsepower than those demanded in North America, solidifying the 379 as a hauling beast capable of conquering any continent and any challenge. Curiosity number 10. Who bought the last Peterbilt 379? What happened to the Peterbilt 379 that marked the end of an era? The last unit didn't go to auction. It was personally delivered to a lucky pair of owners. The cessation of production of the Peterbilt 379 in 2007 was a historic event for the trucking world. Peterbilt decided to commemorate the end of this legend with a farewell run. The Legacy Class 379, consisting of the last 1,000 models. And the 1,000th truck in that series, the very last 379 to roll off the assembly line in Denton, Texas, did not end up in a museum or an auction. In a gesture that underscores Peterbilt's strong connection with its customers, the final unit was personally delivered to Kevin and Lori Hagenow of TWX Corporation, a company that operates exclusively with Peterbilt trucks. The Hagenows were present at the factory to follow the truck through the assembly process and even started the engine themselves as the truck rolled off the production line, ensuring that the spirit of the last great 379 was in the hands of true enthusiasts. If any of these fun facts surprised you, like the video so more truckers can discover these secrets. Comment below. Which of the 10 fun facts impacted you the most? Or if you know another secret detail about the 379. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, hit the bell icon, so you don't miss our next deep dive into another legend of the American highways. See you in the next video. Happy trails, safe travels.